Good morning to all of you. We are discussing the lesson, fourth lesson, motion and the time. We already discussed activity 1 and activity 2. Today we are going to discuss about the activity 3, observing time and distance values. Already we discussed what is the difference between the butterfly flying and the whole clock hands. How the whole clock hands will move in the certain intervals, equal intervals to move in equal distances only. But in butterfly won't move in equal distance. It flies itself only. It won't take time limits also. But in wall clock, which much of the time intervals we are given in equal distance, it will move in the time intervals. So there is a difference between the motion of the wall clock hands and the motion of the butterfly. The difference will be called as the uniform motion and non-uniform motion. The world clock hands movement will be called as a uniform motion, and also butterfly movement in the ground will be called as. Why? Because butterfly moves from the one place to another place in the ground without depends on the time and also equal distances. So that's why the butterfly movement will be called as the non-uniform motion. Already we discussed time in seconds, distance traveled for the both car A and car B in the observing time and distance values. In this let us do activity 3, observing time and distance values. Observe the following tables showing distance traveled by two different cars for different instants of time. Here you have to see time in seconds, distance traveled for car A, time in seconds, distance traveled for car B. And also here, see here, this is about the car A and this is about the car B, and also these are the time intervals of the time seconds and also distance traveled of car A and car B. So here you have to see first one, time in seconds 0, distance traveled 0 minute. When one start the car, it will travel any distance? No. So that's why here we are given 0. When time in 10 seconds after starting of the car, how much distance it traveled? 150 meters. After 20 seconds it will travel 300 meters. After 30 seconds it will travel 450 meters. After 40 seconds it will travel 600 meters. Here you have to see car B. Time in seconds 0 for 0, both are same, but in 10 seconds it traveled only 50 minutes, but 20 seconds it traveled only 90 minutes, but time in seconds 30 seconds it traveled only 180 meters, and for the time in seconds 40 seconds it traveled only 230 meters. What happened? There is any coincidence between the car A and car B distance traveled? No. So this type of motions will be called as the non-uniform motions. Which car has traveled equal distance in equal intervals of the time? So 0, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. So equal distance. When 0 plus 150, 150, 150 plus 150, 300, 300 plus 150, 450, and also 450 plus 150, 600. So here equal, in this you have to observe equal distance of time interval and also car traveled in equal distances. This type of motion will be called as the uniform motion. By adding but difference between the distance what in equal intervals, what is that one? 150 meters. But here in the car B you have to see for the 0 seconds 0 meters, for 10 seconds 50 meters, and also here what happened? 0 plus 50, 50, and also 50 plus 50 what we need to in the third place? 100, but what happened here? Only 90 meters for the 20 seconds. And also when we are adding 50 to 90 what we need to get? 140, but here 180. So there is no equal time intervals between the distance traveled for the equal time intervals in the seconds. So this way car A traveled equal distances, car B does not traveled equal distance. Which car has traveled unequal distances in equal intervals of time? That is the car B. First question answer car A, second question answer car B. Obviously we notice for the car A the changing in position in every 10 seconds is 150, but car B the changing in position is not constant. For first 10 seconds it is 50 meters, for 20 seconds it is 40, for third 10 seconds it is 90, and for fourth 10 seconds it is 50. Thus motion of car A is uniform and motion of car B is non-uniform. When we have distance traveled in equal intervals and also time sequence also is then this motion will be called as the uniform motion. When time he has equal intervals but distance does not have equal intervals, then it will be called as the non-uniform motion. By seeing these two tables we have to clearly observe what is the uniform motion and what is the non-uniform motion. If your body covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in uniform motion. That means when any body, any car or bus or any movement which has the motion that clears equal distances in equal time intervals, it is said to be in uniform motion. If a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in non-uniform motion. If body covered unequal intervals in the equal intervals of the time, unequal distances in equal intervals of time, that one will be called as the non-uniform motion. Okay children, all of you understood. Next activity we have to discuss in the next lesson. This is about the activity 3.